All right, time for us to hit the troll way now and head on down to Mount Horeb as we have our Mount Horeb report. It is brought to us, as always, by Miller & Sons as we bring in our very own Eric Rogers to the program to update us. I have to introduce you that way. There's no other way to do it. So, Eric, let's start with the boys basketball team. How are they doing?
Boys basketball looking good right now. 12-3 record, 7-2 in the conference entering this week anyway. After a win over Barneville on Thursday, Dustin Zenz led Mount Horeb with 12 points on 4 of 5 field goals. Had a couple threes in that game. And then Saturday's game, get a big win, 62-50 over Reedsburg. So Mount Horeb boys looking good in the basketball thing. Gunnar Nortman led Mount Horeb with 20 points, 4 for 4 on field goals, a couple three-pointers in there. Dustin Zenz, again, we'll mention his name, 15 points on 1 of 2 shooting. And the Vikings were trailing at the half, man. They came back, ended up taking a lead late in the second half, and ended up helping obviously get the win. Tyler Kerbaugh, big part of the win right there, had a breakaway layup late in that game, which ended up helping them get the win. But hustle plays, diving for loose balls, getting Jason Larson open for a 3. So that was a big part of why they were victorious. And they'll take on Janesville Craig this week on Tuesday, who just beat Middleton, by the way.
Wow, okay, and taking on a Big 8 team that obviously has got some pops. That'll be an interesting matchup right there for a pretty successful boys basketball team. So if you got the boys basketball team here in the standings, the girls are kind of down here. Let's update what they're doing.
I mean, that's the truth of it, unfortunately. 3-13, 1-8 in the conference, tied for last place as of starting this week. Coming off a 59-46 loss to Portage on Saturday, it was a game where senior guards Lindsay Laborde and Sydney King both came out firing. Laborde did her best, 15 points. Sydney King had 11 points, rather, and just unfortunately that wasn't enough to help them get the win. The Vikings improved in the second half offensively, though. Unfortunately, they did give up 36 points in that second half, which is usually not going to get you the win. So they're at Sauk Prairie on Tuesday, and then they are home against Baraboo on Friday. Sauk Prairie is coming off a 78-57 loss to Reedsburg.
We'll head to the Matza, and right now we'll finish up in our last 40 seconds here talking some boys wrestling.
Yeah, some boys wrestling coming off a win against DeForest on Friday. Gabel Schlesser pinned Kobe Prelwitz for the 132-pound win. A couple other athletes that got wins, Miles Steinhoff, Jared Lutzinger, and Kai Kelscher all get wins in that one. And then next up's the Badger Conference Tournament this Saturday. This Saturday in Wanakee.
Yeah, and always a big one, and that one's even been on 57 before, and so a lot of great teams going to be hitting the mat for that one.
You know
Eric, thank you very much. Yeah, and as always, this report brought to you by Miller & Sons.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics.